prevention protocol has two parts: active scanning and energy anchoring. Active scanning is exactly what it sounds like, but with a twist. Every 60 seconds, do a 3-point check. What's the dominant emotion in the space? Who's influencing the energy most? What's not being said but felt? Sound complicated? Here's a trick: watch the quiet ones. In any social situation, the most revealing information often comes from the people who aren't actively participating. A perfect example: a student was in a group project meeting. Everyone was enthusiastically agreeing with the team leader's ideas, but she noticed one usually talkative member was just nodding silently. By paying attention to this detail, she discovered major flaws in the project plan before they became costly mistakes. Energy anchoring is about maintaining your awareness without losing your authenticity. You can think of it like driving. You can hold a conversation while still being aware of traffic. Same principle applies to social situations. The key is establishing what awareness triggers. These are moments when you automatically check the social environment. When someone new joins the interaction. When the topic changes. When there's a shift in communication medium. When energy levels notably spike or dip. But here's the advanced technique that separates true masters from the rest: the preparation edge. The preparation edge is what happens when you can read a room before you're even in it. Sounds impossible? Let's see how it works. There was a viral moment when a celebrity posted a luxurious vacation photo, right as a national crisis was unfolding. Classic case of missing the preparation edge. Interestingly, other celebrities posting at the exact same time didn't face any backlash. Why? Because they used a technique called pre-reading. Pre-reading has three components. First, context mapping. Before entering any significant social situation, whether it's a meeting, an online space, or even posting on social media, take 30 seconds to ask, what major events are happening in this space? What's the recent emotional history here? What unstated expectations might exist? A tech CEO once told his secret for perfect timing on corporate announcements. He doesn't just check the company calendar. He checks what he calls the emotional calendar. Team birthdays, work anniversaries, project completion dates, everything that might impact how his message lands. Second, energy forecasting. This is about predicting the emotional weather. Just like checking the weather before getting dressed, you check the emotional forecast before engaging. Look at how stand-up comedians do this. Before they even grab the mic, they're reading the crowd's response to earlier acts, noting the overall energy level, gauging audience demographics, sensing any tension points. You could do the same thing in any situation. Before your next team meeting, group chat, or family gathering, take a moment to forecast the likely emotional climate. Third, position planning. This isn't about physical position. It's about your role in the social dynamic. Are you entering as a leader, a mediator, a student, a peer? Your position affects how your energy and contributions will be received. Now let's talk about mastery. The masters of room reading don't just avoid awkward moments. They create magical ones. They don't just prevent misunderstandings. They build understanding. Here's how. The triple awareness framework. 1. Self-awareness, your impact. 2. Situation awareness, the context. 3. System awareness, the bigger picture. There's a video of a kindergarten teacher handling a potentially chaotic situation. A child started crying during story time. Instead of either ignoring it or stopping everything to address it, she did something. Without breaking stride in her story, she shifted her position slightly toward the crying child, modified her voice to a more soothing tone, made brief eye contact with the child's best friend, continued the story while gently patting the space next to her. Within seconds, the crying child had calmed down and moved closer. The best friend had scooted over to offer comfort, and the story continued seamlessly. That's mastery. She demonstrated self-awareness, understanding her ability to influence through subtle changes. Situation awareness, reading the immediate needs of all children involved. System awareness, maintaining the overall flow of story time while handling the situation. The digital age has added a whole new dimension to room reading. Social geniuses today need to master both physical and digital spaces simultaneously. Think about hybrid meetings. You're not just reading the room anymore, you're reading the physical room. The video call energy, the chat messages, the unseen context of each participant's location. This is what I call dimensional reading. Dimensional reading is the art of navigating multiple social contexts at once. And in today's world, it's not just a nice skill to have, it's essential for survival. A streamer was doing a live broadcast while also managing their Discord community and Twitter feed. Suddenly, a controversy erupted in their community. Now they had to read and manage live stream chat energy, Discord mood shifts, Twitter sentiment, their own real-time performance, the underlying community dynamics. Most people would have crashed and burned. Here's what they did instead. First, they used what I call the cascade management technique. Instead of trying to address everything at once, they acknowledged the situation briefly on stream. Had mods post status updates in Discord. Let Twitter simmer, understanding that immediate response often fuels the fire. They read each dimension's unique rhythm and responded accordingly. That's the key to dimensional reading, understanding that each space has its own response time expectations, acceptable energy levels, communication norms, conflict resolution patterns. The advanced practitioners don't just manage multiple dimensions, they use them to enhance each other. Take crisis communication. The masters know that different platforms serve different emotional needs. Live video for immediate emotional connection. Twitter for quick updates and pulse checking. Discord or Slack for community support and detailed discussion. Email for formal, documented communication. This brings us to what I call the synchronicity principle. Imagine orchestrating a symphony. Each section plays its own part, but together they create something greater. That's how masters handle complex social situations. A company was announcing layoffs. Their head of communications demonstrated perfect dimensional reading. Email. Formal announcement with clear, compassionate details. All hands meeting. Space for emotional processing and questions. Slack. Quick, practical updates and resource sharing. Team meetings. Intimate spaces for personal concerns. Social media. Thoughtful human-centered messaging. Each dimension supported the others. When people got emotional in the all hands, they had Slack channels for practical next steps. When they needed details, they had the email. When they wanted connection, they had their team meetings. Now the emotional redirect. Sometimes, you need to move energy from one dimension to another. Like a pressure release valve. Knowing when and how to redirect emotional energy can prevent explosions. Watch for these signals. Rising tension in public spaces. Circular discussion. Emotional spillover between platforms. Misalignment between public and private responses. When you spot these, use the redirect triangle. 1. Acknowledge the energy. 2. Suggest a more appropriate venue. 3. Create a clear path to that venue. For example, when a heated discussion erupts in public comments, instead of engaging there, try, "This deserves a deeper conversation. I've created a dedicated space for this discussion." Then you add a link. Looking forward to hearing everyone's thoughts there. Let's bring all of this together with advanced pattern recognition, the ultimate skill that separates good communicators from true social geniuses. Think of it like this. Every social situation, whether online or offline, leaves ripples. Social geniuses don't just see these ripples, they predict them. They're like chess players thinking 5 moves ahead, but with emotions and social dynamics. Here are the 3 final secrets that will transform your ability to read any room in any dimension. 1. The ripple rule. Before any significant social action, ask yourself, who will this affect directly? Who will feel the secondary effects? What conversations will this spark? Remember, it's not just about who's in the room, it's about who they're connected to. 2. The energy investment principle. Not every situation deserves equal energy. Sometimes, the best way to read a room is to recognize when to step back, stay silent, let things resolve naturally. 3. The authenticity balance. The ultimate paradox. The more aware you become of social dynamics, the more important it is to stay authentic. Don't become so focused on reading the room that you forget to be present in it. Now, let's wrap this all up with a story that perfectly illustrates everything we've discussed. Last year, during a major gaming tournament, the power went out mid-match. Thousands of viewers, dozens of players, sponsors watching. Total chaos potential. But one commentator turned it into a magical moment. Instead of panicking or filling dead air, they read the immediate energy, excitement rather than anger. Spotted the opportunity, community bonding moment. Guided the energy, turned it into a memorable shared experience. They didn't just save the moment. They created one of the most viral clips in esports history. And that's really what reading the room is all about. It's not just avoiding mistakes. It's not just navigating awkward moments. It's about creating magic in everyday interactions. Because here's the truth. Every room, every situation and occasion you'll ever be in, physical or digital, is filled with opportunities. Opportunities to connect, to understand, to make a difference. The real power isn't in avoiding social mistakes. It's in creating social magic. So next time you enter a room, a chat, a call, or any social space, remember, you have the tools to read it. You have the skills to navigate it. And most importantly, you have the power to transform it. Thank you for watching. If you found this valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments, what's your best reading the room story? Whether it's a win or a learning experience, share below.